Hello fellow stackers, 365 here, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I've kind of unboxed that already. I did that the other day by the pond, but we've actually got two fresh unboxings, unpackagings, whatever you want to call them, to do today. But let's get straight into the video. Now this is the one that I unpackaged by the pond, and this is the Stackers Social Round from Liquid Metals. So let's get this out and into my stack. At the moment it's still packaged up here, but this is the round that Liquid Metals UK released. Extremely nice looking piece of silver. I did do a showcasing video of this when it first arrived by the pond, but after watching the video back, it wasn't in focus a lot of the time. It was quite hard to see my camera in daylight because it was still quite bright outside. But you can really see the detail of this piece. Now we're back in my setup in here. This is the proto piece. There was 21 of these pieces released in total if you include the prototype. Extremely nice release from Liquid Metals UK. And we'll pop that on there. This is my new Stackers Social treasure chest. And this is where I'm storing all of my Stackers Social branded silver so that they're all in one place. So we'll be adding that to the chest in a minute. But let's get into the next package. Now this is actually from, and I know who it's from because of the return address on the other side. This is from Valui. But I'm not expecting anything from Valui. So I'm extremely excited to see what they sent across. Unless it's something I've ordered and forgotten about, I really do have no idea what is going to be inside here. So let's have a little look. This has actually been with me for, I would say, at least a week now. So it's nice to finally get time to unpackage it. But you can see that's their website there. Those of you in Stackers Social would have heard of Valui by now. A memento to the 2024 poker chip release. Oh, that's interesting. Right, let's have a look and see what they've... this is amazing. Look at that. So they've actually sent me the original 3D printed design that was used to create the Stackers Social poker chip in 2024. And that is absolutely incredible. What a very unexpected and nice surprise from Valui. So thank you very much for sending that across. You can actually see the sand still stuck in some of the parts of the design on this. So that is incredible, and what a great piece to add to my collection. And that's worked out really well, the fact that we're about to go into the Stackers Social treasure chest. So thank you very much. What a nice little surprise. And that again just goes to show how amazing this community is. To go out of their way to send me a little gift like that, really thoughtful, really kind. So I really appreciate that. And this is going to also show you how great the community is, because I also know who this is from because of the other side on the return address. And this is from Tech the Coin Hunter. And he has very kindly 3D printed me a load of stands. Now these are miniature stands, which I asked if he could 3D print that I can use to help display some of my smaller poured pieces. So extremely kind of him. He wouldn't let me give him any money for these. He printed them for free and sent them across for free. So Tech, I really appreciate that. Very generous of you to do that. And like I said, this is made for some of my smaller poured pieces, some of the pieces that I haven't yet managed to put onto stands. What have we got? Let's find an example of a piece. And I think all the examples of the pieces are behind this box. I don't really want to move all my setup, but let's grab what should we grab? Let's grab this bar, for example. This probably isn't going to work, but let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. So really cool, really nice to have a few of these smaller stands, because a lot of the stands that I've already got are larger like this. So they're made for larger pieces, and these are going to be perfect for some of the smaller pieces that I've got. These are really good for individual coins as well. This was what they were originally made for. TSC reached out to Tech for some small coin stands to be able to show some 3p pieces and things like that on his auctions. So these will also be perfect, like I said, for my poured pieces and things that are a little bit smaller and harder to find stands for. So I really appreciate that, Tech. Thank you very much for printing me these and sending these across. These are definitely going to be coming in very handy for filming videos with, and I'm going to pop them all in there and put them to one side, so I've got them to hand whenever I need them. So yeah, massive thank you, Tech. And again, it goes to show you how fantastic this community really is, always going above and beyond and trying to help people and help each other. So really appreciate that. But for now, let's take that back off the stand. Where did that come from? Can't remember where I had that now. Let's just pop that down there for now. And we'll pop that in there. And let's show you inside. Let's move this camera a little bit closer. And we'll show you inside the Stackers Social treasure chest. We'll pop these pieces down here for now. And let's show you what we've got in here so far. Now, when I was putting this chest together, I do feel like I've forgotten some pieces of Stackers Social silver already. So let me know in the comment section what pieces I've forgotten, and I'll have to try and look through my stack and work out where I put them. But for now, in the Stackers Social treasure chest, and let's have a little zoom, we have 4 pieces. We have the very first liquid metal silver button that was released last year. Really nice piece of silver. This was released in 2024. And these sold out extremely quickly when they were released. Don't know what's got on there. There we go. But this is actually lasered into the piece of silver. And it's come out very nicely indeed. So that is the first piece of silver that we have in here. The second piece is from Crown Cast Silver. This is a 10-gram button. Silver button. Very cool piece. This was actually a gift from Crown Cast, so very generous of Crown Cast. You can see it's got all of his stamps there on the back, and it says 10 grams. Really cool. Stackers Social logo there. That has been stamped in with a die that we had made by someone all the way in Spain and had shipped across. Next piece is another piece, and I'm guessing that's the same die. This is also from Crown Cast. Are they the same size, the stamps? Yeah, I think so. So I believe this is the same stamp, or is it slightly bigger? I'm not sure. Crown Cast has 2 stamps with Stackers Social on, so I'm not sure if that was the same one. It does look the same size, doesn't it, when you put it over the top of it? But this is the 50-gram matte finish bar. Again, like I said, produced by Crown Cast. You've got his logo in the middle. 50 grams, 3/9 fine silver. Extremely nicely finished to a very high standard. Just looks flawless the whole way around. So that is the next piece of Stackers Social silver that I have in the treasure chest. And then the final piece is the Valui Stackers Social poker chip from 2024. Extremely nice piece again, finished to an extremely nice high standard. All the edges are nice and smooth. Absolutely incredible. The work that went into this is outstanding. And spoiler alert, Valui are actually in the process of working on the 2025 release, so that would be announced in the very near future. So if you're interested in grabbing this year's, it'll be a higher mintage as promised, because these sold out extremely quickly. But yeah, absolutely stunning piece. Probably one of my favourite pieces in my whole stack, this. I really like it. I love what the handshake represents in the community. I love the fact we've got some hallmarks up the top here as well. Just an absolutely incredible piece of silver. So that is also in the Stackers Social silver treasure chest. And we're going to be adding the Liquid Metals piece. This is made with a die that Liquid Metals made himself. So that is a really cool fact. And this is the prototype, 1 ounce prototype. Absolutely stunning piece of silver. So we'll add that in, and that takes us up to 5 pieces of Stackers Social silver in the treasure chest. We've also got this, and I'm going to pop this out quickly just to show you it. If I can get it out, that is. Has it got a... There we go. It's got a little bit there to come out. But like I said, this is the actual 3D print that was actually used to make these poker chips. And you can see, like I said, you've got some of the sand in there. So absolutely incredible to have. Really, really nice of them to send this across. Just goes to show the stages of how this is done. 3D printed design, pushed into sand to create this. And I made that sound like it was really easy to do, but obviously there's a lot more processes before and after to get from this piece of plastic to this piece of silver. But really nice to have the two pieces in the collection. I'm actually going to put this back in its capsule just because I like the idea of the sand staying in it, because it really gives it that authentic feel and you can really see it tells a story. So I'm going to pop that back in there. And although this is a chest for silver, for now, because we've got plenty of room, I'm actually going to put this down here underneath. So we'll store that in there for now. Eventually I'll have to take that out because I do want to keep filling this up with Stackers Social silver. Every time someone in the community releases a piece with the Stackers Social branding on it, I'm just going to add it to this chest until we get this chest completely full up. So there we go, that's today's video. Just going to quickly show you some of Silverpunk's work up here, because he did a very similar thing. He framed some of the 3D prints from a piece that he made for me down here, and he actually went one stage further and he did it in all the stages. So you've got the first AI generated image, then you've got after he's put it into a program and made it ready for 3D printing, and then you've got the 3D print. And if you look closely here, there's actually some sand in that print as well. So absolutely brilliant. And that's the final piece down there in the corner. It's a 4-panel piece, and this is one of the earlier 4-panel pieces. Believe it or not, he's actually even more perfected his skill. He actually gets an even higher relief on his 4-piece panel pieces now. I thought this was incredible, the relief that he got on this piece, but he actually uses a new program or a new technique, one of the two or both, and he actually gets even higher relief in his 4-piece panels. So I will be picking up another one of his 4-piece panels in the future, because it's hard to believe that he's actually improved since that piece, because that piece is already absolutely stunning. So there we go, a quick showcase of some of the other pieces that we have in the collection. This is turning into a Silverpunk shelf over this side. Really getting to a stage now where it's pretty much just Silverpunk work on that display. But yeah, really pleased with how this setup is looking. I've got lots of nice pieces of silver in here. But that is today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comment section what your favourite piece of poured silver so far has been out of all the Stackers Social pieces of silver. I'll be very interested to hear. But as always, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please smash the like button. Please subscribe if you're not already. And I hope you have a very nice day.